Sort of stuff you don't mind. Right, how much is that? About eventually find out.
Talking about an automatic one, which isn't going to reduce your RG3, is it?
No, that's right.
But you can't run it. It's there. Hello. Oh, you do, that's the colour they wear. That's right.
Then when everyone was with the cars downstairs are actually I'll leave it all to you then.
One of my further work, No, just hello. What you offer then?
Yes, I can see Gary and he said come see Barry.
Yeah, they're like a couple of candles going around.
Are you aware there's a wallaby hidden in every label?
Yeah.
My son is I don't know, Paul's put me on it.
No, you wouldn't have an invitation, would you? Thank you very much.
Jane, smile. This bloody cameraman again.
Oh, hello. maybe, yes. I should
Well, a very good evening and welcome to Caffyns of East Grinstead. Just very quickly, we're going to start the presentation in about 5 minutes, so if you haven't got a drink already, please, over there you'll find some wine and some light refreshments, and 5 minutes time we'd like to get started and show you our presentation for this evening. It's entitled Changes because that's exactly what we have got here tonight. Changes on the Vauxhall Astra. Changes as well for Caffyns, and I think you'll understand why we called it Changes when you hear the evening progress. So please, about 5 more minutes, and I think you'll be very impressed by what we're going to show you tonight. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to Caffyns East Grinstead for an evening of change. As the lights on our stage are darkened, I would ask you to look around at the building you are all standing in. Cast your minds back to 1936. The building you are now standing in was the latest design, purpose-built for Caffyns, and was part of the group's pre-war expansion. It sold and serviced Morris, Riley and Wolseley cars, in addition to Alvis, Daimler and Lanchester. In 1936, a monthly servicing contract was just £5 per year, or £6.10, which included washing the car. How things have changed. The building became part of East Grinstead life, in spite of enemy action in the war, where it lost its roof not once, but twice. Part of this building's facilities were requisitioned towards the war effort. Let's remember together some of the changes this building would have seen. (1939), the war years, which included the world-famous Burns Unit, under the direction of Sir Archibald Mackindo, situated less than 1 mile away at the Queen Victoria Hospital, treating so many war injuries. (1941), clothing coupons, and their subsequent end in 1949, followed by the end of petrol rationing in 1950. In 1960, the building was 24 years old, and for the motorist, MOT certificates were introduced. 1966, the start of the credit card era, something called a Barclay card, and the never-forgotten England World Cup victory. This building was by then 30 years old. 1971. We all had to learn what decimal coinage was when shillings disappeared forever. 1972. Something you will be watching later first appeared, when Philips marketed the first domestic video recorder, and then 1 year later, something to add on to the video, VAT. It became the most dreaded 3 letters to everyone, but of course the government. In 1975, the building was by then 39 years old, and we learnt that life did exist over the channel, and we were part of it, it being the common market. 1979, Britain had its first woman Prime Minister. All these things have happened in this building's life. It even has a new next-door neighbour, which is about to open, as you can all see. East Grinstead has changed. You were once able to travel almost anywhere by train. 3 Bridges, Tunbridge Wells, Haywards Heath. And now Beeching Way is no longer a train line, but a town bypass. We have the world's 2nd busiest airport within 10 miles, and a motorway which goes right around London within 12. Travel has changed around the town, and tonight Vauxhall and Caffyns are pleased to add a new chapter to not only the changes this building has seen, but the changes that the British motorist has seen. The new Vauxhall Astra is only just around the corner. Change is here tonight at Caffyns.
Ladies and gentlemen, you might understand now why we're calling the evening Change. What you've seen just there is something which is exceedingly exciting, not for just perhaps you, which I hope it is, but for everyone associated with Vauxhall and Caffyns here. This is an exceptional car that we're about to unveil tonight. It's something special to us, and I hope to you, as not just perhaps tonight, but perhaps you see it on the road, and perhaps even own one yourselves. A special car. A little bit light-hearted at the moment. We're going to actually show you something that's going out on national TV in about a couple of hours' time. This is in fact the Vauxhall ad, which around news at 10, most of the nation will see about this brand new car, which in fact launches tomorrow. Can we run the video and have a look at the brand new Vauxhall Astra, which you'll see on national TV, well, 2 hours' time if you were there? Let's have a look at it.
You sent for me,
Yes, I've
JD.
been taking another look at your commercials for the new Astra. It's the first one.
This is a favourite of mine too, JD. Highlights the fabulous new body.
I don't want bodies, I want the whole car.
Oh, God.
Besides, the new Astra's a family car.
Fine, JD. We're on, excuse me, JD. We're on the family commercial.
Here's the biggish family.
You noticed, yeah, it points out the extra space.
There'll be extra space in your office at this rate. Go on.
Do you remember, JD, the Astra's amazing rear visibility?
Atkins, give me the whole car.
And, or how about a security feature?
No. No. Atkins.
JD, you loved those ideas not 2 days ago,
But before upstairs, son, they want the whole car, and now they want the slogan as well.
Think Atkins, the new Astra. The finest all-round car we've ever made. Revolutionary seatbelts, catalytic converters, cabin pull filters.
JD, you make it sound like every car you'll ever need. I'm fired.
No, not necessarily. Just an idea. Every car, how'd you put that again? Every what you ever need.
The new Vauxhall Astra. Every car you'll ever need? I think we'll be answering that question for you in a little while. Behind the screens, we may have brought you here under false pretenses. There again, you may think there's a car there. You'd be wrong. There's no new Astra behind the screens. In fact, it hasn't arrived downstairs at the moment, but If you look around, I think particularly the people on that side of the showroom, you might see the new car just about to arrive at Caffyns of East Grinstead tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, the new Vauxhall Astra is just about to make its appearance down the road. Don't worry if you can't see it, it'll all come into the showroom in a moment, and a little bit extra as well. A little bit extra, you'll just have to wait a few more minutes more. Ladies and gentlemen, the new Vauxhall Astra. And I'd like to thank as well, we could just have the girls back on, the Roche School of Dance, in fact Candy, who actually arranged the whole dance, and Tamsin, Penny, Alison, Rosemary, Helen, Michelle, Denise and Alex, and not to forget of course, Kathy and Kimberly. A round of applause please, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much indeed. Superb. Well, don't worry, the smoke does clear very quickly, and I've just got to carry on talking if my throat holds out with the smoke around, and then you'll have your chance to look at the Astras down here. Upstairs as well, for those of you that are interested in the estate version, we have the brand new Astra estate. you're welcome as well to partake in a little bit of food and some more drink upstairs. So there's upstairs and downstairs as well. Our parts department got a special display on. I'd like to just say a couple of thank yous first of all. We're very honoured, in fact, to be joined tonight by our Mayor, Madam Mayor, Shirley Clark. Thank you for joining us on the front row tonight. We appreciate your company to launch this brand new car. And we've had, in fact, a cake made, which I'm going to say you can't eat. Sorry about that. You cannot eat the cake upstairs. We are, in fact, donating that to the Tadpole Swimming Club, which in fact our Mayor supports. So that's going to go to them. We've had it made. We're pleased to donate that. But you'll see that it's got the emblem of Vauxhall and of course the new Astra and Caffyns on that, so that's upstairs. Thank you for joining us, Madam Mayor. Ladies and gentlemen, needless to say, we think it's a superb car. I hope you all think it's a superb car. But finally, this show isn't possible without the help of all my staff here at Caffyns of East Grinstead. In particular, two people who've worked tirelessly to get this together. Can I ask that Barry Phillips and Gary Holman join me here just over the stage, please? And could I ask you to thank them, because all this has been their brainchild. Barry. It's a team effort at Caffyns, it's a team effort at Vauxhall, and there's the result of it. Please enjoy the night with us. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
I literally got something back to the then read up about it afterwards.
And then they went up to the old Vauxhall, they're out for one,
Basically, I think we'd like to
Exactly.